Hey guys, this is Frenzy bringing you another game from MLG Columbus. It will be between the blue Protoss spawning in the top right position of Shattered Temple, OGSMC, and in the bottom left position as the red Zerg, Losira. This is the championship match for the losers bracket. The winner of this series will go on to play MMA in the championship game. So a lot riding on this best of 3 series. We see the 14-14 coming up for Losira, favoring those speedlings out a little extra quickly. Forge Fast Expand looks like coming out for OGSMC. We see the probe coming in here, seeing absolutely everything, knowing that he won't be getting this fast expansion up, no sort of cannon rush going on. Nothing too out of the ordinary, just getting this gas for this speed upgrade as soon as this spawning pool comes up. Getting a queen. And we'll be trying to probably throw down this hatchery very, very shortly. Not quite sure if Losira has scouted anything. He has not, so he has no idea what his opponent's doing right now. Not the best position to be in, as your hatchery is not going down, and the Nexus will be finishing very, very shortly here. Speed is coming down. He took guys out of gas, so we won't see any sort of Baneling or fast Roach play. Forling's going to reject this probe. Won't get any more scouting information with that. Another probe coming up here, hiding itself. Looks like Losira was looking for it, didn't quite find anything. Just going to scout around for any pylons or probes hidden around in here. We'll be interested to see if he does see this probe over in the left side of the map. In MC's main, we have the gateway coming up. The cannon is just about finished, and he will have this little spot right here. We'll have to see if these Zerglings do get in or if they just get rejected by the cannon. It looks like they will go down. One of them falls. Chronoing out probes here. A nice economic lead for the Protoss here, getting his expansion up before the Zerg even started his natural expansion. So Losira definitely needs to make something happen here, as he is behind in the economic front. We see these overlords getting themselves into position for good scouting. We see Warp Gate just now getting started. Gonna have a sentry coming out here. No zealots out quite yet, so it looks like he's just going to favor getting this sentry up first. Second cannon coming up. Zerglings kind of just getting a good feel for what's up here. Another expansion coming down for Losira before, just right as this natural is finishing, so a very quick third out of Losira, and that's how he's going to deal with this very greedy style of play out of MC. Well, not necessarily greedy, but it did catch him off guard. A Stargate coming up, and this Overlord. This Overlord will be seeing this Stargate here. So he knows exactly what's coming. So we'll have to see how he prepares for this. Third base is about halfway from being done. It looks like MC has not quite scouted that yet. And evolution chamber coming up, so we probably will get some spore crawlers to defend against this Stargate play that we're going to see out of MC. Zerglings coming over here, going to probably do another poke at the front. Always good to see how many units he has and what's up at the front here. He's just going to come up, get a good sense of what's going on. And this Void Ray is rallied directly over to this third expansion, so he will see it as soon as this Void Ray gets out and try to put a little bit of pressure on it. And we'll have to see if he does get the Spore Crawler up in time. No lair out yet, or even started, and there goes down the Spore Crawler, and that should be finished before this Void Ray does get over to do any sort of damage. I actually don't know where the Void Ray is right now, if he does have it somewhere on the field. There it is, just rejecting these lings. He knows it was scouted, so it probably won't do any damage by itself, but he is going to get these Phoenix to follow it up, and that will make it a little bit more harder to deal with here. Queen coming up at this third base, and this Phoenix is going to come in, see this Spore Crawler placement, And these Zerglings are just going to keep poking at the front to get a good feel for how many units MC has and what position he is in here. Void Ray trying to frantically do some sort of damage. Another Spore Crawler coming up. Not going to quite finish in time. We'll have to see if he focuses that down. These Queens will probably be pulled here. And he has to be careful to not get lifted out of range. And it looks like it is in range. He has to pull back. MC doesn't want to take any damage on these air units quite yet. And the Spore Crawler does come up, so he has to wisely pull back and get this energy back on this Void Ray here. We see another Phoenix being produced. There's 3 Phoenix and another on the way. 4 Phoenix coming out for MC, and he almost loses one with only 2 hit points left. Has to be very careful with these Phoenix. Has not quite done any damage with them at all, so he wants to do pretty much anything he can. Just taking out these Zerglings, holding the Xel'Naga Tower. Probably going to come back with that Void Ray and try to do any sort of damage he can get up at all. Because it's not quite been all that successful, and we see Losira on a 74 drones right now, saturating all 3 bases. Very good to do, as he knows that the ground army for MC will be very limited with this many Phoenix and Void Rays out. So that's really all he has to deal with at this point. A lair just now coming up, about 3/4 of the way done, so a very late lair out of Losira, just getting up as big of an economy as he can, while this small amount of aggression is just trying to take place by MC. We see a lot of Zealots in charge coming up for Losira, or for MC. Very, very interesting play. And it looks like he is getting this +1, so he's going to try to do a timing push with Speed Zealots. Not seen all that often. We'll have to see how it works out for him. It looks like he is going to get this Queen kill here. Losira has to be careful with this other Queen. Just trying to do a little bit of damage. A lot of Overlords, but there is a Spine Crawler in place under it. So they will be fine, just hugging the Spine Crawler, or Spore Crawler, excuse me. We do see this Void Ray just patrolling back to keep Lings off the Xel'Naga, and we see a lot of Speed Zealots being produced here. Looks like +2 being chrono boosted out, and he's going to push with these Zealots, and I don't know if Losira will be ready for this. This is very weird timing for a push to be moving out. He's going for this charge Zealot with air support. But there are a lot of Roaches and a lot of Speedlings coming out. He will be just fine with this. Taking out this Creep Tumor here. And he's going to come up here, but there are just so many Roaches. And he has to be careful with these Phoenixes getting focused down with these Spore Crawlers. And this is just not going to do any damage whatsoever. Has a Robotics Bay coming up behind this, so he will be getting some Colossus production out. Hydralisk's in production here. And Hydra range almost done. But Losira just held that off very, very well. Taking almost no damage, as you can see, taking a nice supply lead here. Being on 3 bases and taking a 4th before MC even comes close to moving to take a 3rd expansion here. MC just trying to do any damage he can with these air units, but has to be very careful now that Hydralisks are on the field. And this Robo Bay is just about finished, so we will see Colossus range coming down, and the Colossus will be started right away. That will be very big if Losira does not get anything to deal directly with these Colossus before it becomes a critical number. He does have a small timing window to do some aggression, however. And we see these Phoenixes just constantly trying to poke around, do any damage, but it looks like there are just no holes in Losira's defenses here. And it looks like Losira wants to move out before this Colossus production really kicks in. And there are just not that many units out for MC right now. Taking down his own Cyber Core so he can get out and try to take a 3rd base, but little does he know this enormous push. He does see it now with this Observer, and he's going to have to be this is going to take a lot to defend this push. It is extremely scary here. Just going to focus down this this Forge. And we see this Colossus trying to make work. A couple units getting caught into the force fields. Does try to burrow, but this Observer is here to detect them. And it looks like this attack will be pushed back for now. This Void Ray trying to do damage to this 4th base, but he did reposition a Spore Crawler here. And it looks like he's trying to get a better angle, but here comes the Spore Crawler being moved once again to deny that Void Ray, trying to do damage here. And it looks like there will be a 3rd expansion coming down for OGSMC. Thermal Lance almost being done. We have the second Colossus out right now. As 3 and 4 do come up, he's going to have to get something to deal with these, and it looks like drop play will be the answer with Baneling speed. It looks like he will be going for Baneling drops in this game. Very, very nice play out of I Am Losira so far. He is going to try to deny this, and it looks like it will need to be canceled. He does get the cancel on the third Nexus for MC. So very good spot to be in for Losira. He's in a commanding lead in this position, and here come the Baneling drops. It looks like he's going to try to drop some Banelings on the economy as soon as this +2 gets finished here. We'll be one-shotting probes in the mineral line. As we can see, these Phoenixes are just getting a good feel, and he sees all of these Banelings. This is not a good position for MC to be in, and here comes these Overlords going to the bottom and the top of the map here. Going to come in and drop on these mineral lines. Going to wreak havoc to the economy of this Protoss. And he has one Zergling just scouting for a third that might come up here, but OGS is trying to take this third. And a ton of Overlords with Banelings going to move out at the same time. A three-pronged attack here. He's going to come in and drop Banelings at the same time. A huge force coming out. Banelings, Hydras, and Roaches here. And here come the Baneling drops. He did not quite wait for this +2 attack, so it did take 2 Baneling hits here to kill probes. And now the big push through the center of the map. Ling's getting in the surround here. This Baneling drop, he has to micro very, very carefully, and they're blinking back just in time, but the Banelings are going to be dropped here, taking out so many Stalkers. And Losira is just cleaning up right now, remaxing with 70 Zerglings. And here comes this drop of the other Overlord. +2 is done, so it will take one Baneling to kill off a ton of probes here. Just trying to do a little bit more damage. And here comes this Baneling drop. Probes are not being moved. And oh my god, so many probes going down. And that is just going to be huge. Only 40 Harvesters out for MC right now, and 85 from Losira. Not much of an army at all out for MC, and it looks like Losira is going to take a convincing Game 1 in this series. These Phoenix still alive, keeping them alive for a ton throughout this game. Coming in for the counterattack here, going to run directly into the main. It is wide open here. At the same time, getting surrounded on these Colossus here, taking out one of them with Zerglings, and coming right into the main here, trying to do some damage, killing a few probes, and burrowing. And we'll have to see, does he have an observer? It is coming up here. And he's just going to unburrow these, I would hope, here. Unburrow and just run them into a corner just to keep MC busy. While this big push through the center is coming out, Banelings loaded up in Overlords yet again. This is just great play out of both of these players, but Losira just getting the better edge with these Baneling drops, connecting with so many Stalkers. And MC does not look like he is prepared for this at all. It looks like this might be the final push. Getting a big surround. No, the blink out. Force field's going up, but the Overlord's flying directly over, dropping on this Stalker and Sentry composition here. Good micro on these Stalkers, but it's just not going to be enough. There are just swarms of Zerglings, and GG out of MC. And Losira takes Game 1 in this series. So we're going to hop right into Game number 2 in just a second. So definitely check that out.